Let's conclude with legumes broadly, beans and chickpeas, which represent an entire category of foods that offer substantial potential for supporting brain health and NAD plus metabolism. But like everything we've discussed, they come with both benefits and complications that need honest examination. Legumes are nutritional powerhouses that have been staples in traditional diets worldwide for thousands of years, yet they're underconsumed in modern Western diets and face both practical and physiological barriers to increased use. The benefits of legumes for brain health and NAD plus metabolism operate through several interconnected pathways. Legumes provide plant-based protein with decent amino acid profiles, including tryptophan that can be converted to NAD+ through the kynurenine pathway. They contain B vitamins, particularly folate, thiamine, and small amounts of niacin, which directly support NAD+ synthesis. The fiber content is substantial, supporting gut health and promoting stable blood sugar, both of which reduce inflammatory stress that would otherwise accelerate NAD+ consumption. Legumes also contain polyphenol and other antioxidant compounds that reduce oxidative stress. The magnesium, potassium, and iron content support various aspects of metabolic function and energy production. The low glycemic index of most legumes means they provide sustained energy without blood sugar spikes, which is critically important for maintaining stable brain metabolism. The gut health effects are particularly noteworthy. Legumes contain resistant starch and prebiotic fibers that feed beneficial gut bacteria. These bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which have anti-inflammatory effects and may influence brain health through gut-brain axis signaling. Some research even suggests that certain gut bacteria can synthesize NAD+ precursors that enter circulation. From a population health perspective, legumes are affordable, shelf-stable, environmentally sustainable compared to animal proteins, and nutritionally dense. Increasing legume consumption while reducing processed foods and excessive meat could have profound effects on public health. However, digestive tolerance is the primary barrier to increased legume consumption for many people. Legumes contain oligosaccharides that humans cannot digest, leading to gas, bloating, and discomfort. For some people, this is mild and manageable. For others, particularly those with IBS, SIBO, or inflammatory bowel conditions, legumes cause significant distress. The social embarrassment of gas and bloating can be a genuine deterrent to eating foods that cause these symptoms. Proper preparation can help tremendously. Soaking legumes overnight and discarding the soaking water removes many of the problematic oligosaccharides. Cooking them thoroughly until very soft improves digestibility. Adding digestive spices like cumin, fennel, or episote can help. Using a pressure cooker breaks down difficult-to-digest compounds more effectively. However, most people don't know these preparation techniques or don't take the time. They open a can of beans, heat them up, and experience digestive problems. The anti-nutrient content is another consideration. Legumes contain phytic acid, which binds minerals and reduces their bioavailability. They also contain lectins, which can cause gut irritation in sensitive individuals. Soaking and cooking reduce these anti-nutrients significantly, but they don't eliminate them entirely. For people with gout or elevated uric acid, legumes are moderate in purines and could potentially trigger problems, though they're less problematic than organ meats or certain fish. Canned legumes are convenient and actually quite nutritious. The canning process doesn't destroy most nutrients significantly. However, canned varieties often contain added sodium, which is problematic for people with hypertension. Rinsing canned beans reduces sodium by about 40%, but many people don't do this. The culinary barrier is real. Many people simply don't know how to cook dried legumes or how to make them taste good. Telling someone to eat more beans when they don't have recipes or cooking knowledge isn't helpful. Legumes require seasoning and preparation knowledge to make them palatable and satisfying rather than bland and musty tasting. There's also cultural variation in legume consumption and acceptance. Some cultures have rich traditions of legume preparation and view them as comfort foods. In other cultures, beans might be seen as poverty food or simply not part of the culinary tradition. Nutritional advice needs to be culturally sensitive. The protein quality in legumes, while good, is incomplete. They're typically low in methionine, but high in lysine. Combining legumes with grains creates a complete protein profile, which is why traditional food pairings like beans and rice or hummus and pita exist across cultures. However, for someone relying primarily on plant-based protein, variety across different protein sources is important. Individual responses to legumes vary dramatically based on gut microbiome composition, digestive health, and preparation methods. Some people thrive eating legumes daily. Others feel better eating them rarely or not at all. There's no one-size-fits-all recommendation here. The realistic recommendation would be 1/2 to 1 cup of cooked legumes, 3 to 5 times per week, for people who tolerate them well. They should be properly prepared, soaked overnight if cooking from dry, rinsed if using canned, and cooked thoroughly until soft. Starting with smaller amounts and gradually increasing allows the gut microbiome to adapt, which can improve tolerance over time. In conclusion, legumes offer substantial support for brain health through multiple pathways including NAD+ precursor provision, stable blood sugar support, gut health benefits, and antioxidant effects. They're affordable, sustainable, and nutritionally impressive. However, digestive tolerance varies widely and preparation method matters enormously. For people who can develop tolerance through gradual introduction and proper preparation, legumes represent one of the most valuable food categories for overall health, including brain health. But forcing legumes on people who experience significant digestive distress isn't helpful or sustainable.